sweet. Cute mom. Hold your applause. Hold your applause.
All
Hold
right,
your
all
applause.
right. No standing ovations.
So I'm not sure
Oh,
if because something was messed up. I just want to make sure, just in case the audience didn't hear me, it may have been on mute on my side. So I'm just gonna reintroduce ourselves again. It's Beth with Streaming the Magic is our special guest host tonight, and you guys know us. Live with Gina and Todd with
hey
Walt Disney Group.
guys.
Hey, so we're not the best at this. We're still learning some of the tech stuff. So
Yes.
I'm not the best.
We're no pros. We just love
We
Disney.
just love Disney.
And we have our wonderful host, Beth, with us,
Yep.
guys. Just saying hello to those who have joined. Jillian, Sherry, hey guys, Darla, and
Baby, look
What's
up.
good
up,
to see you.
Darla? Hi,
They're
Sherry.
all right here.
Those are my people.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So we have
man.
Darla and Scott and Darlene and Jackie. Say hi to you guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
Jackie. I love Jillian's comment. I wonder what they could possibly talk about today.
Yeah, I wonder what.
Star Wars
Okay.
Galaxy.
So our show tonight, though, is about secrets and tips about the parks in Florida. So, but before we get started,
Yes.
the big Disney announcement was made today at the shareholders meeting, and it's all over Facebook. If you don't know about it, you're under a rock or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you
They're
don't
coming out of the rock to see the show, so
even
we're
if
gonna
you
get
don't know Disney, I'm pretty sure you heard about Star Wars today. If you don't even belong to a group, I'm pretty sure you heard
You heard
about
about
Star
Star
Wars
Wars?
today.
Yeah.
So the elephant in the room is, what did they announce today? We finally got to learn the dates that they opened for both parks.
Yes.
Disneyland is May 31st, and good old Walt Disney World is August 29th, which was a
Yeah.
huge surprise, an awesome surprise.
a big surprise.
Because
Yeah.
we all thought it was going to be late fall. And,
Yeah.
knowing that it's coming up, even Disneyland, I didn't think it was going to open that early, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So as soon
Yeah.
as I heard it, and I'm sure Beth, I know Beth, you jumped on it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I shared the stream onto our group page,
can
so
remember.
Thank
hopefully
you.
yeah.
some of you were able to listen. So that was quite interesting to hear the kind of business side before they got to the announcements.
Yeah.
And of course, because it was just audio, we didn't get to see, like some of the cool stuff they got to see. They got to see a Toy Story 4 clip that we haven't seen yet, but it sounded exciting. Just I don't know, listening
worry.
to the silence, waiting for him to come back on. But yeah, no, huge announcement. I personally, Todd, am not as shocked at the Disneyland announcement.
Yeah.
Disneyland's always seems to be on schedule. You guys have good weather constantly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they always seem to be on it, even if they're a little off schedule. They seem to always get it done. But I was completely stunned. I thought if anything, they were going to throw a month out there.
Oh, yeah.
But to get a date is pretty stunning,
Wow.
pretty amazing.
Yes.
So everybody was thinking, well, they kept throwing out late fall, So everybody was thinking, oh, November, but
Yeah.
shocking. August 20th, and they're stuck on that date now,
Yeah.
They got to get everything done.
Yep.
But the other big news, though, is, of course, they're not going to open both rides. They
Yeah.
will have the Millennium Falcon ride open,
I didn't
but
see
the
that.
first order will be coming out later. And I don't know if you heard. I don't think I heard a date on that.
I don't think I heard a date either.
Yeah, I think they said it was just going to come out in a different stage of the opening. So there's only going to be one ride.
Well,
for the-
let's talk about the more important stuff. How about the food?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you guys are into the rides.
Before we get to the food, I just want to tell them about the difference about how they're going to handle the crowds right now, at least at Disneyland.
Okay.
So, off of Disney Parks blog, I'm just going to read something of what they're doing to kind of make the opening kind of not really a soft opening,
Yeah.
but not so bad for the crowds, considering Disneyland's a little bit smaller, but it's a lot more AP holders. So I think they're going to... So let me read you what they actually put out in Disney Parks blog. So, guests planning to visit Star Wars Galaxy Edge at Disneyland Park between May 31st and June 23rd will need valid theme park admission tickets. We know that. Will be required to make a non-cost reservation. So when they're saying that, you have to make a reservation.
A reservation?
With the park, with the land.
Wow.
And so I'm not gonna read this whole thing. So basically, what they're saying, you make a reservation almost like you're making a reservation with food, like a restaurant. It's limited. It's based on availability. But the people who are staying at the actual Disneyland hotels, Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Californian, and Paradise Pier, will have automatic reservations for the land when you get there.
So let me get this. So if you're booked, okay, if you're booked at any of the Disney resorts, is it for the Good Neighbor resorts too, or just the Disney ones?
No, they just said only the 3. So the Good Neighbor does not count.
So guys, if any of you are going to be visiting Disneyland,
yeah,
during that time, so if you're already booked,
and if you live local,
you'll get
better
a
buy your
reservation.
tickets now and get those reservations.
Okay.
So it's not saying you can't experience it, but it's based on availability. So.
Right. Well, and my understanding is a lot of Disneyland people are locals, which means most of them are APs.
Yeah.
So those APs still have to register or make this reservation.
Yep.
So if you're an AP at Disneyland and you're just going to drive in for that day, you need to make that reservation because they are limiting the crowds at Disneyland for that day.
Yeah.
For how long? That's what's curious.
It's to the 23rd, they said. June 23rd.
June 23rd.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So almost a month then.
Yeah. So they're giving you a month for the opening, and they're probably going to see how it is, and we'll see if they extend that, to keep it the way it is, or.
It's smart.
Yep.
It's like hitting capacity at a park, except they're doing it ahead of time. They're almost like pre-planning, so that
You know what scares me is that everybody's going to still try to get into Disneyland, though, no matter what. If they don't know this information, thinking they can get into Star Wars Land.
Right.
So the entrance is still going to be like mad crazy.
That's true.
Rope drop is going to be like. They'll get turned around at the land, but
didn't they make for because where the volume comes from is there in Dava? She can probably relate to this. There's a lot of the clubs and a lot of AP holders for Disneyland. So I am so sure that they probably black out those dates. Have you guys heard about any of that yet?
If you have the signature plus
the highest one,
you're good to go.
Okay.
I haven't checked out the blackout dates for the opening, but I'm pretty sure
they probably put them in.
If you have blackout dates, that's probably one of the ones. I'd have to check.
But even the one who has the highest one would still have to register if they want to get in.
Yes,
those 4 weeks.
Unless you have reservations at one of the hotels, so because it's automatic.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we're talking all the locals, go ahead.
A few friends just joined. Hey, Jerry and Andre. Hey, Radicals in the house.
Tyler and Haley are both on.
All right, awesome.
Your children.
And look, and they say hi to you, Beth.
Hi, Kimberly.
Yeah, they don't say hi to us. They say hi to you, Beth.
Because you're their favorite.
Darla, Sherry, Jerry. They're my moderators over on Streaming the Magic, and they are wonderful.
Awesome.
I love them.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Well, welcome, Rick. Good to see you. And Diane and Casey. So good to see you guys.
So, is there anything else we want to talk about Star Wars? Or?
Star Wars Galaxy Edge.
Yeah, so someone was asking on group about will they have the quick service and the merchandise areas open in Galaxy's Edge, and they will. The only thing that's not going to be open is the other ride, which is the First Order ride.
Gotcha.
So everything else should be open. I've heard that from a reliable cast member.
Nice.
And
I wonder who that is.
And okay, so one thing I can say, it's just a small little thing, so shh.
Give it to us.
Um, you know how they talk about how Star Wars is going to be immersive. They
Yes.
Yes.
want you to walk in and feel like you've walked onto this planet.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody's wondering, how is that going to work? Are you going to be walking into a certain time period? Like,
Yeah.
is
Oh
it
yeah,
the
right.
prequels, or is it the original series, or will they be talking about Kylo Ren? And the
Ah,
answer to that question is no, no, no. None of it. They
No?
are basically trying to stay away from canon and make it more of a generic outer rim planet
that
that
makes
hasn't
sense.
really been touched very much by what's been going on.
Okay,
And they're just going to
Oh.
bring you into their world. So
Ah.
that makes
here's the
sense.
deal about a thing I heard about the merchandise,
Tell
okay?
us. Tell
Yes,
us.
real quiet. You're not going to see Star Wars shirts. You're
No?
not going to see shirts with the rebellion symbol on it. You're not
Oh,
going
okay.
to see a big Disney tag on things. They
No?
want to immerse you into thinking that you
Ah,
are in a world
so you're
and
gonna have
you
Star
I
Wars
like
garb though, probably.
it.
you're going to be
I
walking through a
like it.
marketplace, and even like the plush is going to look it's not going to have a big old Disney tag on it, It's going to look like that vendor made it for you,
That's awesome.
Really?
I love it.
And it's
I love
going
it.
to be
Oh, this is
in
awesome.
I love it.
perfect. It's going to be stitched. It's going to be stuff that you would buy from a vendor in a market on this planet.
That's
So it's
awesome.
going to be very immersive. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to tell you anything about the merchandise. That's all, hush hush. But that just tells you something about this world. It's going to be amazing.
So
Amazing.
will they have?
Banta milk. Can I get some blue milk?
Yeah, I
Well,
heard there's some
the blue
specialty
milk. There's going to be
food.
a canteen. There's going to be some quick service and some amazing snacks. Yep, yep. And a
Nice.
lot of they've obviously already come out with what a lot of the cast members will be wearing.
Yeah, I've
A
seen
lot of
that. They're
that's
pretty
come out
cool.
in articles and stuff, so that's no secret. But I wanted to tell you guys about that, about how you're not going to see big old Mickey Mouse on a tag and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
good.
I
You're
like
not going to
that.
see Star Wars and Han Solo. Why? Because they don't know who those people are. They're living on this outer rim planet,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're going to still find that merchandise probably in Hollywood studios.
But
You're
not
probably still
there.
going to find it at like Mickey's of Hollywood. They're carrying right now some Star Wars stuff. But as far as once you walk through that tunnel and
Yeah.
into the world of Galaxy's Edge, it's going to be immersive. It's going to be you're in a different world. Just like when you go to Andy's backyard in
Yeah.
Bush. Right. So there you go. There's our Star Wars.
That's
And
awesome.
That's literally
That's
the
how it
epitome
is.
of what Walt would want. Yeah,
And
so the immersiveness. So
it's
that's
like
cool.
that for anybody who's ever been to Disneyland. When you go to Cars Land,
Oh yeah.
it's like that too. So there's,
yeah,
you
see?
feel like you're there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
love
Oh,
it.
I'm so excited. Oh, man.
All right.
Hey,
um,
Jackie joined. Hey, Jackie.
So I think we could start the show. I know if we have any questions, maybe later we can talk more about Star Wars. We know everybody's excited about it, so
Yes.
we'll definitely be having some shows up to the opening. I'm pretty sure,
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll definitely be having some Star Wars.
especially with our
Galaxy
inside information cast member. I'm pretty sure we're gonna learn some more stuff.
Oh,
Edge.
yeah.
We'll see.
So-
The cast members trying very hard to get into Galaxy's Edge. They'll now start hiring. I
Yeah.
think now that they've set the date. So yeah. So
Awesome.
hopefully my favorite cast member will get there.
Yes,
I'm crossing my fingers for her because that's what she wants. So
that would be awesome.
That'd be great. Oh, my.
all right.
So again, our show is about secrets and tips for while you're in the parks at Florida. We'll do another show about Disneyland, but we have our expert here, Beth, who knows pretty much 3-4 times a week, maybe more if she can.
Yeah, it depends on the week. Yeah. Exactly.
So she can teach you ins and outs of where to stand, little things. So without further ado, we'll start with Beth. Can you start?
Oh, Beth. But before we get started,
What's up?
Yes.
everybody in the room, there's an oath that
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to take. Everybody in the room,
That's right.
What are we
Raise your
gonna
right
say?
hand.
raise your right hand.
Put your hand on your phone.
Put your hand on your phone. Put your hand on your phone.
Hand
Repeat
on your
after me.
phone. What's the
Yeah.
oath, Beth? What's the oath?
The oath is I promise any tips I
Where's my hand?
hear on today's show, I will keep to myself and my immediate family.
Which means our group.
No sharing.
How many do we have nowadays on the group?
These are secrets. Shh.
However many thousand, yes. But especially for you super people who tuned in.
Yes.
See, you get them.
Huh?
Yes, trust me. These are, you'll hear, once you hear some of these tips, you'll realize, oh, yeah, I don't want to share that because then it'll get out and then it won't be cool anymore because it'll, So I'm just saying, there's some of these you might know, but some of these you might not have thought of or, it never occurred to you or whatever. And the reason they're secrets is because, it's so wonderful that you don't want to, make it a big deal. So anyway,
So I guess we could let's start with Magic Kingdom. Tell us some tips and things you know secretly there.
Yes.
That's my favorite. Okay, so when Todd and I first started talking about this show, we were thinking about, where are the good places standing? I know that, all right? I'm with Streaming the Magic. You know that all the big events, or whether it be a parade or a nighttime show, we always have certain spots. Now, sometimes we choose the spot because it has a good, strong signal. But I can also tell you just from personal experience some of the great places to stand. So my favorite place to stand for Festival of Fantasy, and anybody who watches me on Streaming the Magic, you know where I stand. And it's right there in between Pecos Bills and Country Bear Jamboree.
Write this down.
For me, there's a double trash can there so I can set my rig on it and kind of square it away so people can just watch. People watch. But it's a great spot. Number one, it is on the shady side. Okay, so the other side of the street where you can get your, your corn dog and your chicken on a stick and your bacon on a stick. That's a great place to go over and get food. But don't stand on that side. It is in 100% sun the entire time you wait for the parade and see the parade.
Wow.
So the side where there's the boardwalk or the porch that follows all the way along on Frontierland, especially between Pecos Bills and Country Bear, is all shaded.
Is that where we stood with you when we watched the festival?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I remember.
That was good.
That was a good spot.
That was a really good spot.
Yeah.
It was a good spot. So that's where I personally stand. And here's the other reason why I stand in Frontierland. The parade starts, it comes right out next to Splash Mountain. So you are actually seeing the 3 o'clock parade at 3 o'clock. If you stand on Main Street, you are not going to start seeing that parade until around 3:15, 3:20, which is okay. Yeah. But this girl's got things to do.
Okay.
And I got more rides to see. The way I see it is I want to go ahead and see the parade and enjoy it and then get on with the rest of my day. So I love being able to see the parade right away as it comes down, and then it's done and everybody else is watching it, and I can go ahead to the next ride, or I can go get some food or whatever. So it's really nice. It's a shady spot, and you get to see the parade first.
So where was that? In front of Pecos Bill?
It's in between Pecos Bills and Country Bear Jamboree. You basically anywhere between those two it's a great spot.
Awesome.
Yep. You can sit in the shade while you wait, and it's wonderful. Happily Ever After. I stand typically right in front of Casey's Corner, where they create a walkway going to where people cross Main Street back and forth during the fireworks. If you stand at that tape on the corner, right in front of Casey's Corner, like if I look to my left is the double doors where people are going to Casey's. So I stand right there. Why? Because there will never be anybody standing in front of me. They keep that walkway open the entire time due to fire marshal laws.
Okay.
So there's not going to be any dad shoving his kid on top of his shoulders, smack up in front of me 1 minute before the fireworks, which I don't mind kids on shoulders, don't get me wrong. But when you're streaming and you're thinking you got the best spot and then, I got to move. But this way I don't. So if you don't want anybody standing directly in front of you and you want a nice 10-foot gap till the next person, it's a great place. Smack right next to that tape that they lay down right in front of Casey. So There you go. That's my favorite spot for festival. And the reason why I don't like going all the way into the hub is because the closer you get to the castle, yes, you will see the projections front and center, but the
Are
fireworks are
two,
like up
yeah.
there. You want to be far enough back where you can see the projections, but also see the fireworks. You want to be enjoy both without having some kind of neck issues down the,
Especially when you're filming, because when you're that close, it's hard to. You have to move the camera around a lot.
Oh
right.
yeah.
And you'll get better pictures. I know
Yep.
everybody thinks you want to get as close as you can to the castle, but I mean, I'm a shutterbug, and so I like taking pictures. In fact, I do that sometimes while streaming. I've got another phone in my back pocket, and I'll just start snapping off pictures. So, yes.
Awesome.
So that's yep, that's Lance is talking about my lamp. Yes. I don't know if you guys know about my haunted mansion room.
It is
Anybody who
awesome.
follows me knows. Yes. So
Isn't
that's
that
my
lamp awesome?
I'd be scared to sleep in there though because of
Hey,
it.
but really quick, because I think Jackie said she had trouble hearing you were going in and out.
Yeah,
If
Jackie-
everybody can give us a
Yeah,
thumbs
give us a
up
thumbs
that
up
you
if
can
you can hear us
hear.
I moved my mic
Because
closer. Now I look
Beth
like
is
I'm a
sharing some
McDonald's.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Can I take your order, please? How many hot dogs?
I'm telling you, you're playing Fortnite. That's what you're doing.
Hey, I want
Is that
you
what
to
I'm
get me
doing?
some of those
Stop shooting at me, man.
cheesesteak egg rolls.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh.
So they change those out every month or two. It was buffalo
Yeah, I saw the
chicken
buffalo ones.
Buffalo chicken?
spring rolls.
I
Yeah,
I think the
missed
spring
steak
that.
ones
rolls.
look better though. Oh.
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah, they
something.
were amazing. They were amazing. The cheesesteak ones were okay. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
But the buffalo chicken ones were like awesome.
Ooh.
So that little cart is now selling. Yeah, you get two for like seven something.
And they look
And
pretty big.
Yeah, they look big.
no, they're fat, but they're short.
Oh.
Oh.
Say they're like maybe 5 inches long. They're not very long.
Not bad for a
So-
snack.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's actually that's another show, man. I could give you all kinds of amazing little snacks that
Oh,
you don't
yes.
think.
Thanks,
Okay, now
Rick.
I have one other thing about the secret tip.
Okay.
Um, when you leave after Happily Ever After, there's masses of people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you are parked, this is not for resort people, because all of you wonderful people, I watch you leave, and I'm so jealous. I am so jealous that you're like getting on a boat and then you're going to be in bed,
Yeah.
and I've got a 2-hour drive home. I'm just like, I look at you, I hate you, and I love you. Like, so anybody parked at TTC, let's say you're off property, you've got a
Yeah.
vacation condo or whatever, or you're like me and you're local
Thanks,
or
guys.
whatever. What you need to do is you need to bypass all of those people in the monorail line. You need to bypass all those people in the ferry line. Where are you going? You're going to the resort monorail, because that stops at the TTC.
Oh, yeah.
You just
That's
have
true.
to stop one stop at the Contemporary,
Yep.
because it's going clockwise,
Ah.
and then it hits the TTC. That line is
That
short.
makes sense. Yeah.
Jackie knows. Now this is seriously, guys. You can't just go blasting this out. My Walt Disney World group. Don't tell, extended family, your best friend. No.
So everybody will do it.
You swore. Remember, we made an oath.
We had an oath.
So anyway, yes. That's my big secret for Magic Kingdom, is how to get the heck out of there when
Yeah.
it's closed and everybody's leaving. If you are parked at the TTC, you need to take that resort monorail. It's on the far side near the water,
Yeah.
and then you go up the hill to the monorail. It is only, you stay on for one stop, and the second stop is the Ticket and Transportation Center, and most people don't know that. So there you go. There's my synopsis of Magic Kingdom.
So I'm gonna take a little pause and say hi, Haley and Tyler, since you keep on saying hi.
Hi, Haley. Oh, man.
So
Awesome.
next up, that was awesome.
Saying hi to me. What the heck, man?
That was an awesome tip. I especially like the one to get out of the park quickly.
Get out of the park. How to get out of the park.
You're tired by that time, and you want to just eat.
Absolutely. And if you have kids,
Yep.
I mean, the good thing is, the monorail doesn't make you break down your your stroller like you would on a bus and everything,
Yeah.
and it's a smart way to get out of there quickly. The kids are tired, you're
Yeah.
tired, whatever. Yeah, so resort monorail to get back to the TTC.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, good
Okay, let's
tips.
go to Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios, which is one of my favorite parks.
It's okay.
Hollywood.
Okay, so Stormtroopers, come on.
Yep.
You know I love them.
Yep.
I could just stream them all day, top of the hour. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know how much longer that's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen once
Oh, that makes
the
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge opens. I don't know if they'll still do the stage show up there in the
Oh,
center,
yeah.
bottom half of the hour. I don't know if they'll still do the march at the top of the hour. So question mark on that. So I promise, if you watch me on Stream of the Magic, I will
Yeah.
stream every time I go to Hollywood. I will make sure you see them at least once. But the place that I stand, in case nobody knows, is right in front of Keystone Clothiers,
Wow.
which is that kind of interesting triangle second shop as you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Once you come in the park, Mickey's of Hollywood's on your left. That's a nice big shop on your left. Right after that is kind of a triangular shop, kind of narrow at the front and then widens out. That's Keystone Clothiers. It kind of has a little bit of fancier. It's got a little jewelry and stuff in there and so forth. It's got the Dooney in there. But I stand right outside facing, let's see, when I stand there by that door, I am facing on the other side of the street is the fountain and the Fast Pass kiosk.
Yep.
Awesome.
So if you stand on the other side and you look over and you can see the fountain and the Fast Pass kiosk, there's a tree. Stand right there. Do not
Awesome.
move. Trust me. You just need to get there 10 minutes before they come. It really, because they come at the top of every hour from, I believe, 9 o'clock until 5. I think 4 or 5 is their last one. So, but that is the spot to stand. That's where Phasma, depending on, your 10-foot area, you could get
Yeah.
Phasma in your
Yep.
face. You could get Stormtroopers in your face. Yeah, so that is an awesome place to stand for Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And again, it's in the shade.
Nice.
It's all about
Hey,
shade.
that's what,
I like
that's
that
what I'm
when,
talking about.
when she took us there, and the first time you had us stand there, I was so amazed. Like when the stormtroopers like literally come in your face.
I know.
And then
In your face.
like
Yeah.
literally,
In
if
your
you're
face.
filming, it's like the best place to be because they'll come and stare in your camera every once in a while. They'll do something a little funny every once in a while with you.
Yeah. When I tell my viewers, I'm like, guys, you have no idea what I'm doing behind the counter or the camera because, man, I tend to mouth all the words to Phasma and
you
I'll
tease
say
them?
it to them, like, and then, or sometimes I'll just give them the whole,
I know. I saw you do that one time.
watching you. And of course, that's what they like to do.
Yeah.
They'll do the whole thing like that. So I'll get it before them, and I'll be like, I'm watching you. And then they like to look you up and down,
What?
kind of like,
Sizing
so
you
I do
up?
the same thing. I'll have my camera, and I'll be behind there going, looking at them like, you're ridiculous, And they hate it. They hate it. But I get the best reactions, which is good for my viewers. So.
Yeah.
Yes. So Keystone Clothiers in the shade by the tree. That's where you got to stand. Okay, you might be interested in this one, Todd. You were talking about this when we were chatting earlier.
Okay.
Star Wars Spectacular. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with all that either. Just everything Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm really questioning how they're going to slowly, take it all that way. But yes, the best place is go an hour early. And I know you're thinking, gosh,
Yeah.
I don't want to go sit on that
Yeah.
hard
We always
ground
catch it
and
at the last minute.
early.
Yeah.
Well, you probably do Fantasmic, right? And then you try and
Yeah.
catch
Yeah.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a day and just do Star Wars because trust me, they put out this big tape line for the walkway.
We've done that
goes
once. Yeah.
horizontal. It goes left and right for people to walk. You need to park yourself right on that line where the sidewalk is in front of you.
Okay.
And then you need to sit down. I know. Sometimes it's hot pavement. It's hard, so forth.
She's
but I'm
not sitting
telling
on the
you
pavement.
right now, the hour before it starts, if you're lucky, if it's not his day off, his name is Big Jeff. And
Big
you've
Jeff.
probably seen him on YouTube. And the reason why he is he is full of Disney knowledge. and
Oh,
he
wait, I've
has a
seen
pod-
him.
He has a mic that he turns on, and he starts giving all kinds of Disney trivia, Disney knowledge, stories,
Yeah.
stories about Walt, stories about the Hollywood studios, and how, well, all different kinds of cool little nuggets that you're just like, and he interacts with people. He is
I
well
love
known on
it.
YouTube for doing the family picture.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah,
he'll
yeah.
be there, and somebody will ask him, because he's a cast member. He
Yeah.
goes, can you take our picture? And he said, yeah, sure. And he scoots them back kind of toward the stage area over there, and
Oh.
the Chinese theater's in the background. And then he starts yelling. He's yelling at people saying, family picture,
Oh, yeah.
family picture, everybody get in, everybody get in. And all these strangers walking by, he talks them into getting in the picture.
Yeah.
And before you know
You
it,
have
you
like 200
have
people.
200 people in your family picture, and it's the most magical moment that you can give a little family of 4 who just wanted to get their picture taken.
Yeah.
Oh
Now
my
have
God.
198 other friends with the picture, and it is so much fun. But his name is Big Jeff.
Big
He is
Jeff.
married. He works for PAC. If any of you guys have ever heard those being thrown around, that's a Disney. What is that called? An anagram or PAC? It stands for Parade Audience Control, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he works for that section. That's his kind of job
Yeah.
section. And his wife is also there, and she usually works with
Enjoy.
the section that's for the handicap or whatever down there. And so she always makes us all, he yells at her and makes her wave, and he talks about how they've been married for like 40 years and all this.
Oh wow.
His name is Big Jeff.
Big
Star
Jeff.
Wars Spectacular. Sit right there at the tape, and the walkway that they have created should be in front of you. That is the best spot to get an amazing view of Star Wars Spectacular and get entertained for an hour. And before you know it, he's finished talking, and it all begins.
That's
so
nice.
it goes by really, really fast, but he is wonderful.
I think I've
Awesome.
seen a video either from your Streaming the Magic or you sent one to me about Big Jeff. Yeah, I've seen him. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's so much fun, and he actually recognizes me
Nice.
and says hi to me. But he is absolutely wonderful. Hi, Connie. Hi,
Hey,
Jeff.
Connie.
Yep, we got some. Okay, Jerry says he can hear, so I guess we're all good, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds like it.
Okay, so lastly, I would like to say, obviously, Fantasmic. I know a lot of people like to sit at the bottom. Trust me, you're going to get wet. They project onto water,
Yeah.
sprays of water, and normally it will blow. We don't get a breeze very often in Florida, but wouldn't you know it, you sit down at the bottom of Fantasmic, it's going to come your way. So be prepared. You could be very damp by the end of the show. So I like to sit at the very top. Number 1, I can get out quick. Number 2, it's still a fantastic view.
I don't think we've ever.
Okay. So if you ever do Fantasmic, I highly suggest just sitting up near the top. You get a great view and you get out quick before all
yeah.
together, because it'll take you a while. If you're at the bottom, you might as well just sit there for another 20 minutes because, otherwise you're just going to stand, turn around, and wait, because all those people are funneling into the things and then going up, and it takes quite a while to empty out. I believe it's at least 3,000 people, I think, that stadium.
That's a lot of people.
So
Wow.
sit at the top.
I don't think we've ever watched that. I think I've
We always-
considered the dining package, but
No.
I've never done it.
We always do because
'Cause-
it's always the kids are hard to get enthusiastic at night to sit there for a while. So
Yeah,
we
true.
either go on the rides.
We have a little
while
impatience
Fantasmic's
going
or-
on. But yeah, we gotta stay back and maybe because it doesn't the in comment section for if you guys know, I think that the Fantasmic dinner package you get like a preferred seating. Is
Yes,
that
you
true?
have a section. Yes, they have a section for dining, and that section goes all the way to the top too. So you can still do my trick of sitting near the top. You'll just be like front and center. They get that it kind of curves. It's kind of a curved amphitheater, and so you're getting like front and center, the top 40 rows. So it's a very nice. Yeah, it is nice, but I usually fast pass it. So I'll use my 3
Oh.
fast passes for the day, and then I'll snatch up right after my 3rd fast pass. I'll snatch up Fantasmic
Oh,
if
that's
it's still available.
smart.
And then that lets you get in earlier before all the standby people do. And so, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so my secret tip. Are you ready?
Yes.
Shh, remember, you took an oath. My secret tip is, and I actually got it from Big Jeff, but he said if you walk out of Phantasmic and you veer right, because they usually push you kind of back behind some backstage stuff and push you out right near the Beauty and the Beast store.
Yeah.
But if you go in or you go out the way you kind of came in and you end up right there in front of Tower of Terror, as you're walking down that path, it's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
And your pathway's well lit, but if you look up to the right at Tower of Terror, you're seeing kind of the side of it.
Yeah.
Look up at the lighted window. There's someone up there.
You better stop.
And it's not a cast member. Yes, look for a profile. Something's moving up there. That's all I'm saying. It's a little weird.
Okay,
but
I'm totally looking.
so it's something little cool, little Disney magic, but check it out. It's Hollywood Hotel, man. I don't know if you heard, but some people died there. So something about a faulty elevator. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you need to look up at that window on your way out of Phantasmic, people.
I am
There you
totally
go.
looking now. I got to do the Phantasmic dining so I can get a good seat and then veer right.
It's hard to do nighttime shows.
Go out the way I came in. Okay.
All right. Next part.
Epcot.
Next favorite park.
So this, because there's just Illuminations. Illuminations is my favorite place. Everybody on Streaming the Magic knows where I like to stand. I like to stand in front of Canada. There's an awesome rock. Did you guys know this? There's an awesome rock formation, very similar to the rocks that you see back there in Canada, but there's one out there kind of near the water. Okay. Special rock. So if you happen to be standing there waiting for Illuminations, the rock opens up.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I know, but I've seen that. I always wondered what came out of that thing.
Yes, it opens up. The rock opens up, and all of a sudden, this huge tower of electric lights and everything goes shooting up, and it has to do it with the Illumination show.
I know what it is. I remember.
Yes, so just saying, it's kind of cool. But yes, I usually stand in front of Canada. One, because it's a good shot to see the show. You're fairly close. Like, I feel the heat from the fire part. But also, I know this sounds crazy. I keep repeating it, but it's a quick way out. So after the show, you're already in Canada. You just curve around, and they can even take you out that shortcut and cut you through near Imagination. Okay. They sometimes let you go that way, and you go through the breezeway, and boom, you're right there by Spaceship Earth and the fountain. You come out right there at that breezeway character spot and all that. So. That's what I like about it. Canada's right there. I just make my quick getaway, and I've beat a ton of people who are still over in Norway, China, American Pavilion, Japan. All those people that are back around the backside of World Showcase are still making their way forward. So you can get to your bus better to go back to your resort. You can pick up your monorail quicker to go back, to the Magic Kingdom resorts and stuff. So there you go. There's my Illumination. So I'm thinking, gosh, I should say something else, some other tip, just in case somebody doesn't know. That World Showcase doesn't open until 11. They open up. Yep. They open up Future World. But did you know that you could still get all the way back to the France pastry shop in the
breakfast? Yeah.
You can have breakfast back there. They block it off right between France and Morocco. You can get back there to World Showcase and enjoy a wonderful cup, just did it the other day, cappuccino and a pastry, and just sit there with the little bistro tables and chairs and enjoy. And then before you know it, they open World Showcase, and you're already stationed in a good spot where a lot of people aren't. They're all waiting kind of at the front of World Showcase. So you can kind of make your way around the back countries before they get crowded. So
that's a good
theory.
Yeah.
And my favorite snack is the funnel cakes at American. Did you hear what the new one is?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's a a Key West pie funnel cake.
Key West pie funnel cake.
So it's a funnel cake, and then it's got a big, huge slab of key lime pie.
Key lime.
Just the key lime part, not the pie part. It's a slab of key lime on top, and then whipped cream. So you got your funnel cake.
Sign me up.
Key lime. Yes, I'm telling you, right?
Okay.
So anyway. Wow. But yeah. So there you go. There's my Epcot.
Nice.
Tasty.
I like the breakfast one. That's a good.
Do we have anybody asking questions or anything? Oh
Well,
yeah, Natalie knows that I did Canada. Yep.
And then Jeff says he goes to Norway and has a dessert, and that's his favorite spot.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of directly across from me when I stand in Canada. Norway's pretty much directly across, so you're getting pretty much the same view. So
Yeah.
good choice. Good choice. Hi, Kevin.
Good deal.
So the last one would be Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. Okay, so I'm gonna admit this. It's my least favorite nighttime show, River of Lights. It is. It's just my opinion, just my thing.
Okay.
So I've only seen it like a handful of times, which, people are like, oh, well, that's a lot. But, if you think I go down every week, it's not that much. So I really don't have any tips for River of Lights.
Okay.
Maybe I don't like using a fast pass on that. That would have to be one of those things that if it's still available after you use your 3, grab a fast pass for it so you get prime seating.
All right.
But I've even watched River of Lights from the bridge that goes as you're going into Dino Land.
Yes.
A lot of the floats go right out of that waterway. So you're not getting the full experience of all the music and stuff, but it's some beautiful views if you just want to stand and look at some of the beautiful lit floats as they go by, but then you want to head out or you want to go on another ride. So I guess that's my only tip as far as that goes.
Okay.
Other than that, we obviously know single riders is Everest back seat. Back seat is the best.
Because you
if
get
we're
that.
just talking about what's the best place to sit, it's the back seat for sure. It's my very favorite. But no, I'm sorry, not the back seat. What am I talking about? Safari is the back seat. Everest, I always go on single riders. I don't care if I'm with my whole family or not. We do single riders because we don't care if we sit together. And you get. I mean, we've ridden it sometimes 4 times in a row doing single riders line.
Oh wow.
So Everest single riders line is amazing. As long as obviously if you have little kids, you want to sit with them. But if you've got grown kids or you're there by yourself or whatever, yes, do single riders. But Safari, sorry, I wasn't reading properly. Safari, the back seat. And I know that sounds crazy, but sitting behind the driver is not that great.
No.
It really
think
isn't
we're
because you
usually
got
in
the
the middle.
driver. You've got their windshield. You've got their whole rig that's kind of lower than the rest of yours.
True. True.
And otherwise, any other seat, obviously, you got people's heads in front of you and so forth. The back seat, you can turn and look back while everybody else is still looking at what's to come. If you just passed an amazing rhino that was walking near the car, you can turn around and keep taking pictures and looking. And so the back seat is a great spot for Safari. So, yep.
Okay.
I never thought about it like that, but that's clever. That's true.
Yep.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yes, but my favorite snack in Animal Kingdom is the lumpia at Pongo Pongo. So that's a little quick service that's right behind the big robot thing in Pandora, and they have it's almost like an egg roll kind of like thing, except it has melted cream cheese and pineapple, chunks of pineapple. And it's absolutely amazing.
That's where I get that night blossom too, right? Yeah.
Yes, you can get some really cool drinks with the boba and everything in it. Yeah, but this has cream cheese and pineapple. It's warm, it's toasted, and and it's like $3.25 or something like that to get one. It's a really decent snack.
Holly.
So Holly said the driver almost knocked us out of the truck in the back seat. She went up a huge boulder and almost got hurt. Wow.
Somebody almost knocked our Holly and Andre out the truck.
That's crazy.
Oh
I want some
my
payback.
gosh.
We're gonna get him, Holly. They're not gonna
Well,
get away
that
with
has
this.
never happened to me, and I've
No,
done quite a few
that's
trips in the
crazy.
back. So, Holly, I think you just had a very
They're not gonna get away
poor
with it.
driver. That's never happened to me. Oh my goodness. Well, um, yeah, hold on, I guess would be my tip for Holly. She must be like a little thing, don't you think? She's probably just like a strong wind could blow her away. So a big bump probably was like, whoa.
Hey,
Connie,
Jillian asked us.
yes,
Oh, no, go
lumpia
ahead.
used to be sold two at a time. Yeah, Connie's remembering the good old days when Pandora first opened. They
Uh-huh.
gave you two for that price. Now they just give you one. But you know,
Really?
yeah, Connie, that was like the first 2 months they were open. I went back like on the third month and they gave me one and I'm like, wait. And they're like, yeah, we just sell one at a time now. And I'm like, man, I should have come back here more often the past 2 months. Load it up. What is Jillian
Yeah.
asking? I think the better question is which rides can you easily request certain seats in Walt Disney World? Some of the easy, Soarin', basically impossible. Soarin's actually, I've always gotten my way.
I've already got.
Maybe
We
I've been
always ask
lucky.
for a front row.
I ask for a front row,
Yep.
and then if they seem to be looking pretty darn nice, like they seem to be helping people out, then
Yeah.
I'll even ask for a B.
Yep.
So A, B, C, they have B is the middle. But I always ask for front row. That way you're not looking at people's legs dangling down or
Yep.
whatever. So Soarin's definitely one of
In the front because I
Yeah.
don't like the stadium look.
Usually the cast members are pretty accommodating.
And they let
you
us-
tell them where you want to
yeah.
sit, and they just say, "Okay, we'll just
I
stand here.
request front row
stand
and
here
front
on the
rows.
side."
Here's my tip for that. This is the way I say it. Or ask it. I say, could I possibly please
Yep.
sit in blank row
Yep.
or whatever,
Yep.
Yeah.
the back, the front, whatever. And then you follow it immediately before they even say yes or no with, I'm willing to wait.
Yep. That's exactly what we
Because
do.
if you say please, and if you say which row or section or whatever, and then you say, and I'm totally willing to wait, then normally they will accommodate you. They might put you against the wall till the next time or whatever, or if they see that it's still available, they'll give it to you. But they are normally, like you said, Todd, very accommodating. Use please. Make sure that they understand that you're totally willing to wait till
Yep.
the next ride or two, and typically they are very wonderful at trying to get you the seat that you want.
And that's the same way we are with dining reservations. When we see a certain seat, even though we have reservations, sometimes just like how I mentioned the Coral Reef.
Yeah, so
we're
those of
really-
you that want to sit by the window or by the aquarium,
Yeah, we're saying we're willing to
Willing to wait. Yes.
wait if to
and
get a
they
better
will
seat.
accommodate
Same
you
thing.
100%.
And here's even a better tip is, and if they say no, I'm sorry, be totally cool about it, people,
yeah.
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
really are trying to do their
Yeah.
job, and
Yeah.
they might be so busy
Yeah.
that they can't accommodate you. Don't
Yeah.
get mad at them. Well, I
Nope.
know none
Never.
of you would, but
Not us.
the idea is, no matter how bad your day is going, if you make a request and they say that they can't this time, I'm so sorry. Just take it in stride because they really are working hard and they're working for very low pay. And so be good to the cast members, and they will try and accommodate you when they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Gina, you got anything?
No. What are we still on? Animal Kingdom. Anything
Yeah.
else for Animal Kingdom?
No, I mean, everybody, of course, wants to do Flight of Passage, and they always, people who can't get the Flight of Passage,
I know.
they say, well, what's the best tactic? Should I wait until River of Light starts? Should I wait, whatever? Or should I do rope drop? Yes. The answer is rope drop. Get there at like a good 45 minutes before rope drop. Sometimes they open the park earlier. And the reason they do this is if they get on the radio, everybody in each section saying that their section squared away and ready to go, and there's still 10 minutes before rope drop, they will do rope drop early. So the idea is you get there 45 minutes at least to an hour early if you're trying to do this whole fast pass rope drop.
Yeah.
Get there super early, cross your fingers that they might, open early, and just wait and then walk very calmly with the cast member because they don't want anybody taken off or anything. They walk you into Pandora, and then you will basically can go get in line for a flight of passage. Be prepared. You
Yeah.
could still be in line for 60 to 70 minutes at rope drop, but
Yeah.
trust me, that ain't bad.
That's better than 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, someone asked me the other day, what is being a person who goes all the time, what's the longest I'd be willing to stand in line?
Good
And I've
question.
become a super snob. I usually it's 30 minutes. If it's anything over 30 minutes, I'm like
No.
standing. And that's because I can go back.
Yeah.
I come often, I can go back. So that's why I'm like that.
Yeah.
But for flight of passage, of course, that'll never happen 30 minutes, please.
No.
No,
So
never.
for flight of passage, I say if it's 60 minutes, which would basically mean rope drop and doing what I just suggested, is worth an hour. I would
Look.
even say an hour and a half wait. So if
Yeah.
anybody's like trying to decide whether to do flight of passage and trying to decide, well, if I can't get fast passes, what I'm going to do, trust me, it will blow your mind. It's like soaring on crack. And
Yeah.
if you be willing to stand an hour and a half. Now,
Yes.
these people who stand 3 hours,
No.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I could think of many rides to go on. But
No.
whatever, to each their own. But my answer to that was I'll do an hour and a half for flight of passage. But otherwise, yeah, I'm kind of snobby about waiting in line these days. I'm just like, I'll
Now,
come back.
now I bet you will be able to get on Flight of Passage when Galaxy Edge opens. So while they over there, I'm gonna be over here getting on Flight of Passage.
Exactly.
So maybe
Toy Story Land,
Galaxy Edge opening will be a little strategic for those who decide, while Squirrel is over there, I'm gonna go ahead and get on Flight of Passage. So a little something, Beth. Thank you so much for a lot of these magical secrets, and I truly enjoy you on our vacation. I don't think we can have a good vacation without Beth a part of it. So Beth is always,
Every time we go to Disney World.
every time we're at Disney World, we have the pleasure of having Beth and her beautiful family with us all. Richard, her husband, is a doll, and her Alex. Oh, my daughter loves all of them, and Ryan. He's such a cutie pie. So. But
Yeah, Ryan really does try and give some content to the page when he can. He comes across some stuff
he gives
sometimes.
a
Yes, he
lot
gives some
of
good stuff.
information. But hey, one thing though, what I do notice, guys, even before we had Beth, I don't know, was there a before? Beth is a great part of our lives now, but you can make a lot of the magic for yourself.
Exactly.
And this, what I say, is ask and you shall receive. It is
Yes.
not just a
Don't
biblical
be afraid to
term.
ask.
I'm going to tell you, Todd and I have experienced some of the best magic just by asking a cast member in such a friendly, non-evasive tone.
Not expecting it.
Not
but just-
expecting it. One of the experiences that we had the pleasure of having by asking is when we were doing, I call it the lights, camera, action show, but it's the
So Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that
Spectacular.
one.
Yeah.
And we asked the cast member, how do you get chosen? And they told us exactly where to stand, what row to be on,
And what to do.
And what to do. And guess what? That very day, he got chosen, and he was out there. We even with doing Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, like we asked a cast member, how do you get chosen, and
Now
where
that
should you
one,
sit?
I think they tell you, but it's never true.
Yeah, but they told us a little bit about where to sit, and Todd, he wasn't that guy. For those of you know
I got
what
to
Monster
dance.
Inc. Laugh Floor is about, but he was chosen and he did a little dance. So
Nice.
we asked for that. We asked at California Grill, can you sit us by the window? We'll wait.
Yeah.
And they let us. We asked Star Tours, can we get on the front row?
Yep.
We'll wait. Please, please, please. And they do it. So I'm going to tell you guys, some of the best magic is ask and ye shall receive.
Yep.
For the most part. And when you don't, thank you anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but you'd be amazed outside of the wonderful secrets Beth gave us tonight. And if you're ever in Walt Disney World, you better call Beth.
Yeah, just
I'm telling
just
you, she's
message
gonna be
her.
a normal part
Just
of your
yep,
vacation.
yep. Just message me, guys. Tell me your dates. I put everybody who tells me their trip dates in my phone, and I
Yep.
usually try and make sure I at least meet up and say hello. Definitely. But going on your thing, Regina, the whole magical moments and stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is what I tell people. Do not expect a magical
Yep.
moment.
No.
In my opinion, the best way, the best feeling you can ever have is to give a magical moment.
Yes. And I see you do it all
So
the time, Beth. I see it on your Streaming the Magic.
so I mean, I will sometimes buy an extra ice cream and I'll turn around and hand it to somebody behind,
Oh, I love
you
it.
know. Or, I always tell people, here's another tip. If you buy a Mickey balloon,
Yeah.
any balloon that they sell. And at the end of the trip, you got to get on your flight to get home, right?
Yeah.
So your last day in parks, go hand it to somebody else. Go
Oh.
hand it to a kid because here's the tip a lot of people don't know. If that balloon pops, your $15 balloon, gosh, I can't believe they're that expensive now. $15 balloon, if it pops or the inner balloon pops, you know the ones I'm talking about.
Yes.
You go to any balloon vendor, they will replace it. So not only do you hand off the balloon as a magical moment, but tell them that secret so that they can keep the balloon going, so that they can keep handing it off to somebody else
It's
and they
like pay it
pass it
forward.
on,
That'd be cool.
paying it
Yeah.
forward. I've even had we I believe Stan Solo's on our group. I met up with him and
Yeah.
he names his
Yep.
he, he
I saw his
names his
post.
balloon. Yes, he names his balloon. He named his last one Kevin.
Yep.
And he had it to where I don't know if you guys know, but if you're, obviously don't have it attached to a stroller, this is just a guy, an adult going around with a balloon.
Yep.
Oh my God.
You give it to the cast member at the ride and they hold on to it until you get off. They'll like wrap it around a pole near him or whatever. Well, he had it being held and he went on the ride, and when he came out they didn't have it because a kid had come up and said, you know, we're here to get our balloon or whatever, or our dad's balloon, and they thought that was his kid. And so they gave the balloon away, and they were freaking out because he had told them, be careful with Kevin. And so then they were like, oh my God, Kevin. And they went and ran down that kid and got Kevin back and gave it back to Stan. But he passed on Kevin on his last day to another family.
That
And
is
he even told them
wonderful.
the story. This balloon is Kevin, and she is very, she likes to be held, and she I mean, it was so funny. But magical moments, I give more magical moments, if anything, to cast members because cast members make the magic at Disney. They really do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you want to think of it literally, if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have a Disney. So, so I love, even if the magical moment is just standing there and talking to them like they're a human being, ask them about their hometown that's on their thing.
Oh, I do.
Just give them some one-on-one attention. Cast members love that. They
Yes.
absolutely love it. I know people who actually bring special little Ziplocs with a bunch of little pins or something in it that's specifically for cast members. So whenever they meet a cast member that kind of is special to them or is sweet to them or whatever, they give them their little pin or whatever. And I can tell you right now, my daughter has a little tiny jewelry box kind of thing, and she saves every single little gift that she's ever been given by a guest.
Oh wow, that's
She
nice.
has all the little homemade stuff and everything, and she adores every single one of them. She can remember each moment that they were given to her. So I'm not saying everybody needs to make stuff for cast members, but giving a little magic back is so much more enjoyable
Yes.
for
Yeah.
your vacation
Yeah.
versus walking around expecting it to happen for you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so magical moments make the magic happen for others.
Yeah.
So,
Jillian.
tip.
You did.
So Jillian says we always get rider switch passes, and then on checkout day she hands them out to arriving families and also gives them popcorn buckets. That's awesome. We like
That's
that.
awesome. What a That's a good.
Julian's getting into
That's
That's
heaven.
a good one.
Oh,
And then Darla says, this past year we gave out bracelets to anyone that wanted one. That's pretty
oh,
cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Darla.
that's really
have
cool.
one. Darla's so wonderful.
Nice.
She had Halloween ones made, and
You
we
Nice.
got
guys are
one. So
beautiful people.
she
Oh
is
my.
wonderful, wonderful.
That-
Yep,
er,
yeah. And again, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to put, even if it's
Yeah.
just chatting up a cast member for a moment or two, just
Yes.
taking some time to say, hey, I see you. I see the hard work you're doing. I've
Yeah.
given many of those pack people because I have to stand there extra early
Yes.
for the fireworks shows and stuff. I watch them. And I'll even talk to my viewers about them, and they get hassled a lot because they have to say that you keep moving, that you can't stand here, and people get upset, and
Yeah.
they take a lot of abuse. And so I try at the end of the night before I book it to the resort monorail. I always make a point of going and putting my hand on their shoulder and saying, "You are doing a fantastic job." So even if it's just that sentence right there,
Yeah.
you could see them. They kind of do this whole thank you, you know, that sigh of relief that someone noticed. So, yep, definitely.
So,
And I know all of our amazing Disney people are wonderful to the cast members, but it's that whole. So maybe someone else will see you do it, and then
Yeah.
maybe they'll be like, "Oh yeah,"
yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're
yep,
on to something with being kind to the cast members and acknowledging them and being, extra, thankful because a lot of times, I've walked in on cast members, somebody's berating them because they didn't
Yeah.
get something or treating them like the help,
Right.
and
Yep.
and I am a big proponent of we are all God's children. I mean, I don't mean to bring religion into it, but but it's like at the end of the
We're all
day,
Yeah.
equal. We're
we
all
all
equal.
Oh
deserve
yeah,
respect.
I've been in line where the person in front of me is like going off on them, and
Yeah.
all I'm thinking is, as soon as I get up there, I'm going to tell them,
Yep.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let it go. Don't
Yeah.
they were having a bad day or whatever, and it wasn't about you.
Yeah.
It wasn't about you. It was about something that already happened, whether it be a kid or whatever. And I tell them, I'm like, you're doing a fantastic job, and you handled that very well.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
don't worry about it. And so then by the time you leave, maybe they've kind of got that going on instead of that other person. So.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying all this, guys, because I'm a mom of a cast member. I'm. This is something I've been preaching way before
Yeah.
Alex became a cast member. But
And
yep,
Andre and Holly also treat the cast members very well. They give cards to the cast members just for
yeah,
basic-
see, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
If-
wonderful.
If Holly, because the way Holly and Andre are,
Mm-hmm.
if they treat the cast members the way they treat us radicals in their group, they must be treating them like gold. Because those two, they make you feel right at home. And so,
Yeah.
lucky
See,
those
Jeff
cast
says
members.
that he likes talking to cast members. Yep,
Oh.
acknowledging. That's all it is, Jeff. You're absolutely right.
We got some
Yes.
special guests that want to come on camera right now.
Oh,
Oh,
our little Disney nuts over here.
hi, Tyler.
Oh yeah. One day they want to go live and
They
talk
wanna go
about
live, too.
kids Disney stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, look at Auntie Beth over there. We're seeing her soon. Oh
Yes,
man.
can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait. I got you on my calendar.
Yep.
So
Yes,
I'm ready.
yes.
Hi, sweetie. Mwah.
Well, guys,
Besitos.
again, I just want to, wrap up the show and say, thank you again, Beth, for sharing all your secrets. Everybody, shh, we took the oath.
That's right. You took
This
the
is
oath.
not the last time you'll see Beth co-hosting, and hopefully, but we enjoy you guys hanging out with us tonight and hearing all those wonderful secrets and sharing our love for Disney and all of the things that, the magic that you either create, give to someone else, or experience. Keep sharing that and keep doing that. And like I said, ask and ye shall receive. Ask a cast member. Ask, can you sit at the table by the window? Ask if you can get the front row. You never know. The worst you can get is a no. And you move on like Beth
And
said.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the magic is what we experience, what we make of it.
Yeah,
and,
what you bring with you.
and what you bring with you. Todd, you have anything?
Yeah. Before we end the show, though, I just want to give a few announcements that in November, we have our group.
What's going on in the background?
Oh, hey, keep it down, guys. Keep it down, please. Sorry. They're
No,
going
you're
crazy. So, just a reminder that our group meetup is in November. Still got a lot of time, but we want to give you enough time to, start making plans.
Yeah.
November 29th at Splitsville, 6 p.m. We're all going to meet. Me and Gina are going to first come, first serve. We're going to get us a few appetizers for everybody.
A few rounds of
A few
appetizers.
rounds of appetizers and
Oh,
see
oh,
drinks.
you got me excited when you said few rounds.
When I said food, free.
Yeah. Maybe we'll grab a few lanes because maybe we'll do the private lanes and first come, first serve. You can go in there and bowl.
Yeah.
But just
And
a
they have
reminder.
great sushi.
Yes.
Oh, and Disney ladies, Beth and I are co-hosting a garden tea at the Grand Floridian November 23rd at 3:00.
Yep.
Let us know. I will be making the reservation
Men
sometime
can
in
come
May.
too if they really want to. but
Disney dudes
all
can
the
do
Disney
something
dudes,
else.
we're gonna go to the park where you guys are.
But
going
Disney
out.
ladies, we're gonna wear the big old hats, the big Eastern
Oh,
church
the
lady
hats,
hats.
the dresses.
The dresses,
Oh, yes.
and we gonna sip some tea. I've never done the Grand Floridian Garden tea. They have the little sandwiches, and y'all know I like to eat.
Yes.
So I
I
can't
hear
wait.
some of them are very amazing too. The food
I
is supposed to be
know.
amazing. Yep.
So November
It's gonna be so fun.
23rd. If anybody
And
can
remember,
make it,
when in doubt, pinky out.
Pinky. Where am I? Where's the camera? Pinky finger.
There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, if you guys want to do that. Oh, and also, thank you, Beth. Thanks to Beth that kept pushing us for the last
Oh, yeah.
couple years.
We have an announcement to make.
We are now DVC owners of the Polynesian.
Our home is the Polynesian, so we will be visiting Disney World even more often now.
Even more often.
And so we are not we're DVC owners, we're D23, we're Disney Chase,
Visa.
AP holders.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what Beth made us do. All of that.
Now you
Beth
just
made
need
us
to
do
be
it.
Club 33,
I
and
know.
then we'll be.
That's
that'll
a dream.
happen. No, that'll happen.
Just remember your friends. That's all I say. Just remember your friends.
So what I'd like to do next, guys, is talk about the journey of DVC. Maybe the next show, but and Beth
that'll be a good
being
show.
Beth and then Jackie. For those of you who know these wonderful ladies, they are DVC members, and maybe we could do a show, talk a little bit about that as I go on my new DVC ownership journey. So we just did that today.
Yep.
I'm very excited about learning everything DVC. And so, again, I want to say thank you guys. Thank you, Beth. Thank you,
Beth.
everyone, for spending time with us tonight. Until next time.
Yep. Till next time. I'm good.
Good night, guys.
Bye.